I should yawn. Today is August the 2nd. This is the Guy Kirk Report SEO Tips Tuesday, also known as the day that Guy almost didn't wake up because he stayed up too late watching shows on Netflix. But we won't dwell on that because it'll just feed someone's ego. Good morning, Kelvin.
Good morning.
And so, rather than have to dispatch the paramedics to see if he's kicked the bucket, let's talk about SEO tips. And using the search term, when I did the research, SEO tips, I can't reproduce the steps that I used, but the show we did just last week was in the results. I couldn't believe it. I was very surprised to see one that quick. And I think it has to do with indexing your site. We'll get into that in just a minute. So
how did we rank?
We were number 4.
It's good.
Yeah. Considering that we're not paying somebody to do it, I think it's great. First up is an article that was written into the Target Marketing Mag by Phil Frost, and it's set quick and easy SEO tips for small businesses. Well, that's what I am. In conclusion of those 7 tips, and they're all listed there in the show notes, and we'll have the show notes for you like we always do at the Guy Kirk Report .com. That link there will take you to the WordPress blog, and rather than go through the big mangled name that the show notes have, just remember the Guy Kirk Report.podbean.com, and it'll get you there. In conclusion, Phil wrote, getting started in SEO doesn't have to be a big deal, and his guide proves it. Anything you can do to improve your SEO, even the small things, will pay off over time. And that's the important thing. Like SEO contracts I do, the minimum gig is 6 months. To expect results quicker than 6 months, I can't do it. I won't make that promise. So if you just be patient, don't get overwhelmed, keep it simple, then you're going to learn the new things you need to do to get that quick hitting snowball, and your website will climb in the rankings as a result of your efforts there. Second up is an effort was put together by Tom Wright, and he wrote it for SeanClark.com. It's search engine optimization, 5 SEO tips for you to start up with. The 5 tips that Tom's got are real simple. The first tip, determine your target keywords early. And there's a link there in the show notes to the AdWords keyword planner that Google has. So then after you've got your keywords, make your mobile effort happen. Make your site mobile friendly. Optimize the image, paying attention to the image names and the file names that you give it. So if it's a picture of a bowl of fruit, don't call it a whole bunch of numbers.jpg, okay? Don't make the alternate text be an image. Make it be bowl of fruit. Make your site indexable. And this has to do with Google's XML sitemaps, so that when you make updates into your site, that file, that XML file that Google's webbot crawls, is automatically updated and they know what's what. Optimize your title tags. Make sure that your title tags reflect what the article's about. Have the article just be about one thing. Like in this article that Tom wrote, he's going on about the 5 SEO tips. Bazinga, it's there. That's what he's got, 5 tips. So the third pearl in the oyster, as they say, is there's 6 on-page SEO tips for a lawn care and landscaping website. And the reason I included this is to show that you can niche market for your brand. So if your brand is, we'll pick on Kelvin, if your brand is photography, you might want to niche market to photographers available locally in Cambridge, England, okay, as opposed to just being a photographer and hoping somebody in Dallas, Texas will buy your plane fare. So his, again, says this same things. Find the right keywords for your brand. Make sure each page is about one topic. Use keywords where it matters the most. Use a permalink structure that includes your keywords. So when you're making up your links, if you've got keywords in there, don't get carried away, don't go crazy, but it matters. Make sure that your website structure is organized. Make sure the structure is mobile. I would amend that. And lastly, this is important, folks. Write for humans, not for Google. That is to say, when you get to putting the pen to paper, think in terms of what would Kelvin say, not would the Google bot like to see these words. Don't write for Google. If you write for Google, you're tuning out Kelvin. And we know we like to have his traffic, right? So,
Right.
That being said, as always, in the show notes that are available at the guyercookreport.podme.com, I've got the links there for all the shout outs. And rather than chew up our minimal time with shout outs, you can read them in the show notes. I invite you to be a patron of the show, etc. And what else does it say in there? Oh, there's a new link there to subscribe to the show. We're available on iTunes. We're on YouTube. Thank you to YouTube for that. Fill out the Geyer Cook Report evaluation question. Look for us on Facebook, on Twitter, and sign up for the newsletter. We do a Friday wrap-up, and that's basically is the 5 episodes of this week in one single email. So, have I forgotten anything?
I don't think so.
Very good. I'm getting handy. We're almost up to episode 150. I think it's coming soon, lurking around the corner. We'll have to make another video of Tish. So on that note, I'm going to say those 3 magic words. I'm not sure they're magic. But anyway, the show will end when I say it's a wrap.